Hello, I'm Devin Angus,
And I'm Ivy Anderson.
and we're the writer-directors of Maiden Lane, a proof-of-concept short film based on our award-winning book, Alice, Memoirs of a Barbary Coast Prostitute.
We've spent the last 10 years in libraries and archives up and down the West Coast researching the life of Alice Smith, a sex worker from the early 20th century whose memoirs sparked a rebellion on the streets of San Francisco in 1917.
We've spoken about Alice's remarkable life all across the country, from university lecture halls to dive bars. Her story has truly touched a great deal of people.
Maiden Lane adapts our book and focuses on the power of mutual aid amongst people who must fight for their own survival in the face of state oppression and stigma.
We have drafted a feature-length adaptation, but are currently fundraising to make a proof-of-concept short, a 12-minute excerpt.
Our story follows Adeline Hart, our Alice, a teenage girl from a rural town who moves to Westville, a West Coast city, to reunite with her estranged father and sister, and to provide for her ailing grandparents back home. She works a number of different jobs in an attempt to provide for herself and her family, but finds that starvation wages are the norm for working class women of her time. She befriends Rosie, another laundress, who reveals that she makes ends meet by doing sex work on the side. Doing sex work opens up new opportunities for Adeline and allows her to find a new family among the other outcasted women working in Westville's brothels.
Looming in the background of our story is an antagonistic political force that aims to eradicate sex workers and other undesirables.
Adeline's very survival is at stake throughout this story, as is the survival of the working class women and queer folks she aligns herself with in the laundries and brothels of Westville.
In the first half of Maiden Lane, Adeline is isolated. She must learn to survive on the pittance provided by her backbreaking job in a period laundry.
After she turns to sex work and finds other friends in that community, she must learn to navigate yet another exploitative industry, but at least now with more funds and more community support.
But as the antagonistic Clean City movement grows, her housing and income are once again placed at risk. Westville's brothel workers choose to fight for their survival, rioting against violent cops, politicians, religious leaders, and moralistic reformers.
One of the most surprising elements of Maiden Lane is how contemporary it is. Most period pieces from this era tend to focus on middle and upper class stories, or they revel in stories of poverty without showing the ways that the poor have always resisted their own exploitation.
Our film looks at the lives of sex workers in a way rarely seen on film, focusing on the social life of brothel workers and the mutual aid tactics they use to keep one another safe.
Maiden Lane will portray what may have been the very first sex workers' rights protest in U.S. history, which happened here in San Francisco in January 1917. We look forward to bringing this lost piece of feminist resistance to the big screen with the visual and emotional impact that only film can conjure.
Thank you for supporting our vision and for supporting Maiden Lane.
It takes a village to make a film, especially one of this scale. We truly could not do this without your support. Thank you.